about 5 minutes, okay?
Utah Jazz get outscored in the fourth quarter. Score 37-25, and the Hornets sting the Jazz at the end. That's it. We'll talk about it coming up on POSTCAST.
You are Locked On Jazz, your daily podcast on the Utah Jazz. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Charlotte Hornets came in here well rested, just their second game on a 8-day road trip because they were in LA for 2 games or 7-day road trip, and didn't play any games. The Jazz and the Hornets battled it early. It was 33-26 Jazz at the end of one. Jazz led by 7 at the end of the first half. They led by 7 at the end of the third quarter, and then they fell apart in the fourth quarter, getting outscored 37-25 as Mark Williams dominates. He had 15 points and I think 6 rebounds in the fourth quarter of this game. LaMelo Ball doing a lot of that conducting. Ball had 4 assists in that quarter. And the Jazz, who were playing lineup combinations we haven't seen very often, actually didn't have a terrible quarter from an offensive standpoint, other than they had not turned the ball over much of the night, and then all of a sudden turned it over 5 times in the fourth quarter. They came into the fourth quarter having only turned it over, I think, well, the final number on the night for the Jazz was 12. So they'd only turned it over 7 times all night coming into that. Ron, what'd you see? Let's go start with the fourth quarter.
Let me ask you what I saw was. Let me ask you this. Let's go this way.
Okay.
To start, you get a guy like Mark Williams who only scores at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive night, and going against one of the better defensive players in the league, in Kessler. I don't think he did a lot against Kessler. What I saw was how they set Mark up to score at the rim, and he didn't do anything against one-on-one against Kessler.
Yeah, I mean,
I know that's what they're going to look at the box score and say, well, he just dominated Kessler, but that's not the case.
I mean, I think they did a lot of times where the Jazz are now willing to have Walker switch out on the ball handler being LaMelo, and then Williams gets Collier pinned, and with the guys the Jazz have playing, if you have a John Collins or a Lowry Markin and you have a secondary rim defender who can come help you, but in the lineup the Jazz are playing right now with these guys, they didn't have a secondary rim defender to come help out on any of those kind of plays.
Yeah, well said. And how many times did we see Collier trying to get on the legs there of Mark, and that's just not going to work. So I know some critics are going to say, well, he just dominated Walter Kessler. That's not the case.
All right, let's go to the good things of the Jazz. There are a bunch of things tonight. The turnovers late were a bummer. There was a really bad inbound pass by Isaiah Collier. Had a really good game. There was another turnover late, things like that. But for the most part, I thought that Keyonte and Isaiah Collier had a really good floor game. They started the game. Colin didn't play tonight. Jordan didn't play tonight. So they played together a lot. And I think, there's still some real limitations to this, so I don't want to overstate it. But I thought you began to see how each of them could be successful together. And in particular in the case of Keyonte, where actually having a point guard on the floor may really help Keyonte as a player.
It's going to help him tremendously because he's going to be able to play both positions. And what I mean by that is that you get to a point where you have a positionless guard line, meaning that Will can call a play and Keyonte's got the ball in his hands. He can get them into the same offense that they want to run, and you just call you be the off guard. That kind of thing, when you have that kind of play, it speeds up your offense, first of all, and it just creates some very good execution. So with those guys playing very well together, who knows? That might be the future backcourt, especially with Colin Sexton as dominating as he can be. He can come off the bench and still get those starter minutes.
Let's dig into Keyonte a little bit. He's played a lot of point guard. He was not a natural point guard.
No.
He does seem more comfortable, turns the ball over less. If he's playing off ball, his catch and shoot game has improved greatly, which means he can play off ball because he gets the catch and shoot opportunity. He seems to have a good drive game where he's playing second side.
Mm-hmm.
What has playing point guard done for him that may make him a better off ball player?
Yeah, great point. Because now he's learning how to read or play the mentality of playing as a point guard, meaning you're setting up guys and you're getting guys into the what you want to do out there on the floor, offensively and defensively. So I think just by and playing with the ball in your hands more than normal. So that helps. Not only does it help him, but it helps Will there as well.
I asked you a question today on the broadcast. There may be no answer. Isaiah Collier shooting is strange to me in that off the bounce, everything's like online right there. Sometimes it pops out, but like they don't all go in. I mean, that's just natural.
I'm going to watch that a lot
His
more.
catch and shoot, like it can fall in any of 3 zip codes. Like you actually might have to dial 1 to like find it. Like it's like, right? Like his misses are really, like you always say to me, like it matters how someone misses. Like he misses like in Ogden
all over the place,
and then in Provo on the next one. And yet if it's off the bounce, I'm hoping that that's a good sign, frankly, that's a sign that there's something, that if you can get whatever fundamental he has when he's in rhythm into his catch and shoot game, that it can bring it around.
I'll start paying more attention to that. I know you're absolutely right. I mean, his jumper is suspect anyway. I think in the last 2, maybe 3 games, we've seen him knock down some long range jumpers, and so you might be right. Maybe those are off the dribble and not so much a catch and shoot.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Wayfair. After the holiday hustle, there's nothing like giving your home a little TLC. Find the way to declutter, refresh your space, helps you get you back in the routine, whether you're tidying up, clearing out, or just want to give you space, a new look. Start the year. Wayfair has everything you need, all within your budget. If Ron Boone wants to make his apartment, condo, townhouse, whatever it might be, mansion, look a little better, well, then he's going to go to the free, hassle-free delivery of Wayfair, even for larger items. The website is so easy to navigate. You can find everything you need in no time. There's something for every style of every home. Wayfair makes it easy to tackle the New Year's home goals with endless inspiration for every space. Give it your home the refresh it needs with Wayfair. Head to wayfair.com right now. That's Wayfair, Wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Today's show is also brought to you by Hungry Root. When it comes to grocery, we do so much for you here, Ron. These are all helpful to you. When it comes to grocery shopping and meal planning, you've got the ongoing problem that you want to eat well, but it's hard to go shop, and you got work, you got life, you got all those various things. So what do? You get Hungry Root, because Hungry Root is a home delivery food service that is basically a game changer, because it's basically giving you a personal shopper and a nutritionist all in one. They take care of the grocery shopping, recommended meals, grocery based on taste and health goals, from anti-inflammatory to high-protein, gluten-free options, all the best. Every meal is ready in 15 minutes or less. Talking quick, healthy meals that actually taste great, all delivered straight to your door. It's been a huge time saver, and it's healthy eating so much simpler. You're going to love Hungry Root, so do it now. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box and free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA. Use the code LockedOnNBA. That's hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA. Code LockedOnNBA to get 40% off your first box. Free item of your choice for life as well. hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA. Code LockedOnNBA. Don't miss out.
Did you say 15 minutes or less?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
You're interested, aren't you? Healthy? Mm-hmm. See? I know you. You don't want to go out for dinner with me because it takes too long. I'll keep talking the whole time.
Too late.
I just want to give a shout out to Elijah Harkless. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, he's bouncing for the G League. We had a big night last night. He's coming out here playing. He's getting an opportunity. The NBA's seeing him. This kid bounced around. He went to Long Beach State, I think it was, out of Rancho Cucamonga when he wasn't really recruited. And then he goes to Oklahoma, and then he goes to UNLV, and he's just battling. And he's playing on the NBA big stage. It's kind of a cool scene.
Kind of a Potter type.
Yeah.
I just keep plugging away, keep trying. And
I mean, I've gotten to know Micah Potter. We both have, and we really like him. We don't know Elijah. I don't know Elijah Harkless yet, but it sure is he plays hard. You watch Scottie Pippen Jr. having all the success in Memphis right now, and I look at Elijah Harkless, and I wonder,
he has good size.
Right? Like, those are the kind of guys that are making it out of those two-way contracts. They just play excessively hard and do a lot of stuff. All right, who else? Let me look at something, see who else I'm forgetting about anything tonight. We're getting routine when Brice Sensabaugh drops 19 and we don't even think about it. Actually, I want to talk about one play tonight I thought was super cool. Drew Eubanks is in the post.
Yes.
And he's down low and he's in a crouch. And Kyle Filipowski wraps a pass from the wing into Eubanks, who in the crouch catches it, turns, spins, and can explode up to dunk it. Pretty cool play because, one, Kyle Filipowski's pass was awesome. But there aren't that many guys that can,
I kept
Make
trying
that
to
play.
remember who he dunk on there, but it was
I
it
don't know if it
wasn't
was-
Mark Williams, was it?
Might not have been. They might
No.
have been Taj Gibson or
Yeah,
someone.
like that.
They don't have a backup center, so that's a good night for Eubanks in that sense.
Mhm.
But I thought that was a pretty neat little play there. All right, reliability pluses tonight. Lacey's not with us, by the way.
She's not.
No, she missed the game.
Today is Wednesday night.
I don't know why.
Why wouldn't Lacey be with us?
She's probably got things to do in life, Ron. She's not
No.
only hanging out with us.
No.
So what would you say are your reliability pluses?
I'm going to go with Harkless.
I like it.
Eubank.
Yeah.
I thought he had, and then you got to go with Sensabaugh. Who else?
Key and Isaiah.
Yeah, and Collier.
Isaiah Collier, 10 assists. Keyonte George, 26 points.
Mhm.
Brice Sensabaugh, 19 points. Drew Eubanks, solid game, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. And Elijah Harkless with 8. And I just got the hiccups. This show is over. That wraps us up, sums up the night. Have a great one. We'll be with you from New Orleans on Friday and on Monday. We have to be in New Orleans for 5 days. How fun.
I didn't pack for that. I have to go and make some adjustments.
I packed a lot of workout clothes because
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of other things I want to do in New Orleans. And that gym is awesome. Jazz fall to the Hornets tonight, getting outscored 37-25 in the fourth quarter. Thanks very much for following us. Sign up for the daily newsletter at Locked On Daily. And right now, we'll send you the first ever 24/7 national NBA channel, Locked On NBA. Check out Locked On NBA daily after every game. See ya.